Hey there, I'm Mr. Terry. I'm a high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. All right, we're coming back to some more memes. So we're going to look at another collection from Durnil. And this collection's called Biggest Empires in World History Explained by Country Balls. All right, everybody loves empire history. What's your favorite empire? Let me know down below. All right, original videos down below. Make sure you're supporting Drew. And let's get started. All right, got my wolf shirt. It's perfect for memes.
The two greatest empires from history
Drew, what do you got, buddy?
arrived, and one of them is the biggest country ball yet. And
by the way, Drew came onto my holiday special a few weeks ago. Come check that out. He was awesome. Hung out with us for a while and got to talk. It was a lot of fun. Thanks again to him if he is watching this.
the other is the long-awaited Roman Empire ball. I've actually been waiting to make these for years. And of course, I had to do my first
His
jumbo
plushies are
plush
sick.
since the
Those are
Mongolian
sweet.
Empire is the largest contiguous empire in history. Both of these two are just so legendary. And as always, head over to makeship.com to reserve yours today.
Mongols'
They will
biggest
be only
land
sold
empire?
for a limited time. I've had a lot of people complain that they've
Ever?
missed launches because maybe they were busy for a month and they didn't watch my channel and then they didn't see like a certain drop that I did in the background. For 2024, I'm going to try to always have at least 2 plushies selling pretty much throughout the entire year. If you think these are cool, just wait till you see the next ones. I think I've said this before, but at this point, I'm just designing these for myself, and if people want them to, that's awesome. The
Want those for
Roman
my
Empire,
classroom.
founder of Western civilization, united the whole Mediterranean under the same
Here they
flag,
get
and
stolen,
wiped
though.
out by hairy savages by 476, the Mongol Empire. The whitest
Wait,
empire,
wait.
the same flag, and
Okay, the Roman Empire, founder of the Western civilization, united the whole Mediterranean under the same flag, wiped out by hairy savages in the 476. All right,
wiped out by
Germans.
hairy savages by 476, the Mongol Empire.
476 is the official fall of the Western Roman Empire. The final Western Roman emperor, if you will, was unseated. But let's be honest, by 476, the West wasn't doing anything. The power had completely shifted to the East side with starting with Constantine. So, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like the 476 idea? Are you a 1453 person? When do you think the Roman Empire fell?
The whitest empire Earth has ever seen is shattered in pieces shortly after the death of its founder in 1227, the Byzantine Empire.
Mongol Empire, yes, largest empire ever, however, broke apart within a couple generations after Genghis and split up to those 5 khanates, right?
Cultures ruled the birthplace of civilization, definitely conquered by the Turks in 1453. Finally,
Are they just
San
the
Marino,
Romans?
a poopy republic sitting on
Oldest
a rock
republic,
and watching
right?
the sea all day, founded in 301.
Oldest
still alive
republic?
today. How does that work? Little old San Marino.
San Marino is like, it's basically just like a mountain. It's like a mountainside, little tiny little republic inside of Italy that, you know, everyone, I guess no one cared about.
No, here has literally outlived
Sorry, San
all of the
Marinoans.
greatest empires from history. Probably helps that they're like a microstate and all. They're able to draw a lot.
Like
of
literally, it's like they're on a
no,
mountain.
Is water?
Look at them
says
on
the
Google
Mongolian
Earth.
Empire. He says Vietnam. Oh no, is water again? Says Mongolia. He responds Japan now. I also have water, but it is snow.
Ice, yeah, ice.
We surrender.
Exactly.
That whole H2O thing. It has so many.
Hey, that's why the Japanese and the Russians fought each other. They wanted, well, Russians specifically wanted warm water port, right? So out there by Korea, and you get the Russo-Japanese War, which the Japanese absolutely spanked the Russians and humiliated them in the turn of the 20th century.
Forms, yet only one is actually the kryptonite to Mongolia. Mongolia can into water when it's cold enough. Oh no, says San Marino. Rome has fallen.
By the way, do you guys understand the reference we're talking about with water and it hurting the Mongols? Specifically, what you're usually referencing is their 2 failed amphibious invasions of Japan under Kublai Khan, failed twice.
TF? I'm the Roman Empire. Let's go third Rome. But I have Constantinople. I'm the real Roman Empire. The moment they died, everyone
Drew's
was
doing
trying to be
voices
their
now.
long lost heir. I don't even think they mourned at all. The legacy of Rome is still going on. I haven't visited my sons in a long time. Let's go and see what they've done. Hey boys, what have y'all gotten into since I've been gone? Oh, look, it's all the Latin balls. Romania, Spain, Italy, Portugal, France. I've conquered half of South America and Central America, says Spain. I conquered all of Brazil and some of Africa, responds Portugal. I once conquered all of Europe, some of Africa, and all of Southeast Asia, says France.
Hold on to it.
Romania is the Mexico of Europe.
Hey, Italy got Somalia for a while, failed in Ethiopia. They got Eritrea. Yay.
have Berlusconi, the former Italian prime minister.
Berlusconi.
Compared to Spain, Portugal, and France, I guess Romania and Italy haven't really done much. Although to be fair, Italy really tried during World War II. For compensate you need to know the Roman way.
Rome 2.0.
That Voss have you horrible art skills. De primo. Romans non drink as tea, not the tea. Romans not speak barbarian. There is nothing wrong with the German. Now, that is more like it. That's the one thing the Roman Empire can agree with. Splitting into two, and no one does that better than the Crimean Peninsula. Especially because they've remained like this, and there's...
Nobody does that better than the UN. The UN's answer to every internal conflict is just split in half and everything will be fine. That worked great for Germany and Berlin and for Vietnam and Korea. And, right? Just split it.
Still going. Maybe the Koreans are the real successor of the Roman Empire. Super Mongolia of report for duty. The too many conflicts is no more the conflicts. The too many CO2 is no more CO2. The geography exam into too hard. Please puttings the bow down. Is no more into hard.
Less to memorize.
Most importantly, the too much okay. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. But yes, many people can link their ancestry to the Mongolian invasions. But these are the comics that really inspire.
Yeah, 1 in 200 people are related. 1 in 200 people in the world, you guys, are related to Genghis Khan. 1 in 200 on the planet today. If you are from somewhere like the Mongol Empire, it's like 1 in 8. It's absurd how they've done that, and they've tracked the DNA markers and stuff like that. The Mongols, you could see what they were up to.
To make sure that we have a jumbo plush for Mongolia here. It had to be done. But I really love that he's always smiling while he's...
I'm afraid I want those. I'm afraid they'll like get stolen. I don't know. I have a lot of collectible stuff in my... I've only had one thing really ever stolen in my classroom. It was part of a globe. It was a little globe on a rotating device, and somebody stole just the ball once. It was during I think a sub was there. But I could probably put them up high, like a big row of world plushies. I gotta get on that.
Dear Your Holiness.
I gotta talk to Drew about that.
Oh, this is coming from the note this guy's reading. Am very sorry am not able to joining's 5th crusade. Am have heard the Holy
Nobody
Land
cares about the
lovely
crusades
this
after
time
the
of
4th.
year. However, am having one minor problem. Oh, this is Georgia writing this note. I am of loving, relaxing hike through scenic mountains, says Mongolia. It was Mongolia that stopped Georgia from going to the 5th crusade. Bunch of party poopers. Obviously, Georgia at this time.
Did you know the Christians tried to side with the Mongolians to fight in the Crusades, to fight the Muslims. Mongols are like, no, we don't care about that. Even though there were descendants, like kids, leaders of Khanates of Genghis Khan that like converted to Christianity, and the Mongols were like, no, screw you. Like, we're not helping you. Like, we don't care about your stupid conflict. You're both stupid. Basically, what they said.
The best experience back at home. Well, maybe they can join for the 6th.
They did their. If you think about it, the Mongols did their own crusading by destroying the Abbasid Caliphate. Right? Absolutely destroyed it.
Oh, wait, they didn't join that one either.
Before the Crusades.
I made this best plan ever for the most peace, big success. USA. Terrible plan. Entire river to the sea should be Palestine. I have nothing to say. It's not like this was my fault. I take moral high ground by call for peace without any useful or substance thing. Yo have solución. Señor Andorra. Read mine titles oficiales, por favor. Si, senor. He's got the list already. King of Castile, Count of Barcelona, King of Aragon, King of Asturias, Prince of Dalmatia, King of Slovenia, King of Leon, Lord of Salins, Duke of Limburg, Holy Roman Emperor,
Spain
Count
was
of
a lot
Master of Galicia,
kingdoms, by the way.
And King of Jerusalem. I was not expect this. Oh, they're literally
that didn't last too long, though.
Wait, when did Spain become King of Jerusalem?
Well, yeah. After the First Crusade, they set up a kingdom, right? For a bit there, but it wasn't Spanish. It's not like Baldwin and stuff. And then eventually, Jerusalem gets taken over by Saladin. So, yeah, was he doing Spanish?
History. Was this also labeled somewhere in that whole treaty between Spain and Portugal that they got the Holy Land?
Treaty of Tordesillas.
The Spanish king's position. There is technically a long list of titles by the Spanish crown. It's.
I guess just because they're Catholic and like the Spanish basically think they run Catholicism. Is that why?
A little bit much. This includes King of Cyprus, Duke of Luxembourg, and King of Hungary. In fact, the current King Philip VI visited Israel as the King of Spain.
Yeah, did you know Spain has a king?
Israel. His monarchy technically technically has never renounced his claims
gosh.
for that land either, interestingly enough. Well, I guess we technically have a Spanish solution to that whole issue over there now. Japan, it is I, God. Oh shit! I've recently finished binge watching 72 hours worth of anime, and all I can say is, what the freak is wrong with you? It's time for
God
your
hates
judgment.
weebs.
Earthquakes, tsunami, disrespectful foreign streamers. So guys, today I'm gonna flash my make sure you like and subscribe. And no women. I want a real man who is many rich and look like feminine K-pop star. Have you had enough yet? Have you learned the errors of your ways? No, it's you. Is that how you pronounce that? This. Why does
Desu.
Google give the Japanese AI voice like an anime type of voice? No, just... Okay, we'll try this again in like another 12 to 15 years. 12 to 15 years more of God watching anime? Are we sure about that? Gonna come back with even more of a vengeance. Funny enough, these
Yeah,
tsunamis
we don't need God getting any more. We don't need God getting ideas for anime. Okay.
used to help Japan. Now, not so much anymore. Specifically against the Mongol Empire, of course. Welcome back to So You Think You Can Mongol. Japan just showed great effort in Arrow Round. Now it's China's turn.
Chinese were great archers.
What amazing shot is going to judges for reviews. Amazing.
Just needed
Accurate
to
as needle in
use
child's
gunpowder
hand.
weapons
Excellent
sooner.
form. Not quite target direct, but good enough. Great showings this week. Tune again next week when we return with mounting and shooting. Man, I love the
I feel like Drew's
So
doing
You
more
Think
like
You Can
voices. I
Mongolia
love it.
show. It's like Ninja Warrior kind of, but for Mongolia, obviously. I still don't think people fully comprehend just how difficult it is to ride a horse and
Yeah.
accurately shoot a bow. That was literally insane. Like, no what?
The Mongol composite bow too, it was compact and had more like pounds per square inch than an English longbow. You can look up and see tests they've done, and the English longbow is supposed to be like, you know, this incredible weapon out of England, but it's enormous. It's like 6 feet, it's like taller than the person. You can never use it on horseback. The composite bow has actually it's like the double curve where it curves and then it curves out again on the outside, and has so much force, and it uses all kinds of ingredients that we think we know, like a cow's like sinew that's like glued into this special kind of wood. Plus they, you know, did it on horseback. I think the Mongols were noted for like they could like hit a teacup at like 70 yards at a gallop. It's absolutely insane to add to their horsemanship. That's why they were the greatest force in history, you know?
Wonder they took over half the world. Wow, sure is good day to be Rome, says Byzantium. I'm gonna watch chariot race in Hippodrome, and then maybe pray a
Hippodrome's
great
cool.
hug of Saurian. What is Shadow Cause? You is dead now. New Rome, says Turkey.
Built a palace there. the
Non
Ottomans.
Voss is not. Am conquest like Caesar. And because Islam is successor to Christian, am the theological successor to
Yeah,
Rome.
they said they
too.
were.
See? Am
In
Rome.
Rome. Yeah. Wasn't that basically the argument that Mehmet the Conqueror made? Because like he was very educated and he knew about the Romans and studied the Romans and admired, you know, Roman history. But that was like their claim when they took over. They're like, we're not destroying the Roman Empire. We're just ruling it now. So they like made the claim that they were the new Caesar. You know what I mean? But yeah, like you see from the meme, everyone else is like, nah, dude, like no one bought that in the West.
Why not? You cannot into Ottoman because you is stinky, not noble Christian like Byzantium.
By the way,
Rome will prove it. And I guess it was that fire that helped the Ottomans take over so much. Now it makes sense. Now
I heard an interesting thought about, you know how I asked you about the Roman Empire, when did it fall? And tell me what you think of this. I've been trying to wrap my mind around it a little bit. I heard some kind of commentator or somebody say, Rome didn't fall, it just turned into a church. It turned into the Catholic Church. It's kind of got some gears spinning in my mind. What do you think about that? Let me know. I need some feedback.
Not only did they spread pretty far, but they also lasted like 5 or 6 centuries. This explains why even they too claim to be the successor to the Roman Empire.
Pretty much took everything the Byzantine Empire had.
Strong empire once ago. Oh no. Please
Who's
help
coming?
the ouch. Is that supposed to be the Soviet Union? Yes, though Mongolia did have one of, if not the greatest empires of all time, they are now just currently trapped in between the major powers of just Russia and China.
It's amazing to think about it. If you didn't know, okay, like DNA and just history and all that stuff, if you were to go to Mongolia, right, go to Ulaanbaatar or something like that and be like, hey, this was where the biggest empire in history was. You look around and be like, wait, what? This place is desolate. And it was like that even under the Mongol times. They were nomadic, right? Like, yeah, you had Kambalak and Karakorum, I mean, like as the capital, but those were not meant to be like permanent large urban cities like, you know, in China or something like that. But it's amazing. You have to know the history. Otherwise you'd never realize it. You know what I mean? Like you can go to Rome today and see all the ruins. You'd be like, yeah, this was a massive, powerful empire at one time. But yeah, go anywhere in the original Mongol areas and you'd be like, no.
Don't even technically touch Kazakhstan over here. Maybe that's the only way they can keep this great.
Is there a
nation
point
at
that
bay.
it touches?
One of my favorite facts about the current Mongolia, though, is that they do have exactly one boat in their navy. It's literally the second largest landlocked nation on Earth. It has the smallest navy in the world. Then again, Mongolia has never been known for their naval conquests. Right, guys. Like I said earlier, just ask Japan. Ooh, look, it's the Roman Kingdom. This is the Roman Republic. That's the pilot. The Roman Empire, the award-winning series. The Byzantium Empire, which is the tear-jerking finale. There's the Holy Roman Empire, which is a non-canon comic continuation. There's the Ottoman Empire, a spin-off series about the villain. Like the wolf howling, it's like their origin story. The Russian Empire, which is a good fan movie. There's the Kingdom of Italy. Could this be a teaser for something greater? No, that's
sorry,
just
Mussolini.
fascist Italy. Again, one of the reasons why the nation of Italy is Rome's least favorite son. Or at least definitely the most disappointing. Kind of a hard thing to follow them up, the original TV series. How to Die, Roman edition. The Roman Empire, fight the Germanic tribes until you die. Byzantium Empire, fight the Ottoman Empire until you die. The Holy Roman Empire,
they fought everybody,
just give
to be
up.
honest.
I die now. Literally
Napoleon.
no reason. They didn't really have an excuse. They're just like,
Napoleon.
I was waiting
Napoleon officially is the one that basically just abolished the Holy Roman Empire. But I think by Napoleon's time, it was basically just like Austria. You know,
the version of this comic, except with the Ottomans, you know, because they claim to be the Roman Empire too. Team up with literally your greatest rival throughout history and both die together. I'm referring to World War I when the Ottomans allied to Austria-Hungary and then they both dissolved. That was a crazy twist. 476 BC, we are the successors of the Roman Empire. And me too.
Didn't Napoleon claim that too?
I am just into disappointed, says the Romes. The Romans. There's just so many comics about this. Like, you can't even escape this stuff. Poor little guys. My friend, might into safe place to stay? I can join army and help you. Barbarius. I assume is Latin for yeah. Hon. I have my equipment. No way I can lose now. I don't think the Romans here like them very much. Who is das Dias? And why is he so popular? Oh, the barbarians getting religious. Jupiter is superior to Philosophes. Well, okay, if you say so. Hello, I'm looking for a place for Barbarius. Oh, and now the original ones have been, this is basically how Germany ended up becoming the Roman Empire when they were the barbarians originally, that the Roman Empire was originally trying to destroy. Kind of weird how that whole thing just flipped.
Remember the Romans, they brought in those barbarians. That was the whole Roman policy is they, when they conquered places, they absorbed the people into not just their citizenship, but into their armies. You know, the Roman Empire army were not Roman. They were not Romans who had any loyalty to some idea of Rome. Okay. Most all of them had never even seen Rome before. Right. So unfortunately, what that can mean for an empire is you're now going to be, you're not going to have an army that is only going to be motivated by basically the military being their job, getting paid, maybe, you know, loyalty to their general. Right. We saw that with Caesar. His army was more loyal to him than like the Roman Senate. You know, so there was pros and cons to the way that the Roman Empire, you know, constructed their military. But again, in the end, you're talking like 1,000 years of Roman history. It was a success. I mean, you have to say it was a success, right?
They just kind of stabbed themselves. They walked right into it. What else did they expect? Like how I started this video trying to show how the greatest empires of all time are great. Yeah, most of this stuff is just talking about their downfalls. Again, you can get the Mongolian Empire Mega Plush and the Roman Empire over on makeshift.com in the description down below. They, of course, will only be here for a limited time. Big thanks to my patrons. You can find a link in the description down below.
All right, final thoughts. All right, fun stuff as always from Drew. Great to see all those empires going back and forth on each other. Again, I say at the beginning, what do you think is the greatest empire in world history? All right, y'all, we'll see you next time. Bye.